All right, guys, welcome back on the truck again. Who's that? Little Brandy Cakeys. Say hi to everybody on the YouTubes.
Hello.
There's Ted Teds. I think Jackson's leaving them some Tootsie Rolls all over that they have just discovered. All right, my friends, I'm back at it again. I got rained out yesterday, so I am continuing to work on it today. I was having a hard time getting the video that looked good, but I got it installed. And you can see there the little spacer, which has given it just barely enough to get off of the frame. So about a quarter of an inch or so. Put that thing back together. That was a bear. And I got that back on. And let me show you the other side. All right, so then this is the pump. Hopefully you can see it. I have a camera somewhere where I can't see it. But it should be the pump, and the new rag joint has been installed there. Or sorry, that's not the pump, that is the... All right, so there you have it. There's the new power steering gearbox installed from this angle here. We got our new rag joint as well installed. I really need to get a torque wrench because all these things have torque specs, and right now I'm going by the bean counter. Give it a lot of beans or a little bit of beans at this point. But let me show you from the other side of the truck. All right, so you can see where I just had to I ended up just giving it a little persuasion to kind of just make just enough gap there for that to be all right. I have also tightened up this guy here. I mean, I don't really know how much to really put down on it, but I'm definitely been putting some power to it. And I also have the other end of the pivot arm installed. I just need to put the cotter pin in and then the grease zerk on top, which I don't have a grease gun or anything, so I'm really hoping that it comes with some grease in it already installed. You can kind of see up the steering column to the new rack joint, and the steering linkage seems like it's rested back about where it was before. It was really close to the frame prior to this, so it continues to kind of be about in the same spot, so it looks good so far. While I'm down here though, I noticed that, like I said, this guy's got the drums on front, and I found a guy on the Facebooks that has a full front end from like I can't remember if it was a late 70s, early 80s C20 with discs and the 8-bolt discs. So I was really thinking about, I was like $200, $250. I don't want to spend the money, but I got a couple things I'm going to sell, which would pay for that. And I was thinking that might be worth it to convert this over to disc. But I'm not sure if the disc would fit inside the rims. Like, it'd be a real pain to like get them on there and then realize like the disc and the calipers like don't fit inside the rim. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about that one. So, but that's where we are so far. I did get some new bolts and also some new washers. They are, if you notice, they're gold color because they're made of gold. They were very expensive. I don't know what happened to the prices of this stuff, but it's at least grade 8, so it's heavy duty stuff. So the next step now is to mount the power steering, electric power steering pump somewhere in here. And I don't know, this might have been the right or the wrong decision, but I did decide to mount it before I put in all the different hose lines. So I may regret that decision, but it just seemed like a lot easier to do it like this. I'm thinking maybe I'll just be able to pop this tire off, put it on like a couple of jack stands, take the tire off, and then it'll be really easy access into the pump to get that put up there. And then I do need to replace this bar that went across here. I haven't tried it to see if it'll fit or not. Maybe I'll do that now just to see if that'll fit in there. All right, so I am gonna have to make a minor adjustment. I think I kind of tried to mark it right here, but this is basically just gonna have to get zapped out right here, this little dish, to make it around the pump right there, just kind of like right there. So that'll be next on the project. I'm running out of daylight today, but I've got some good progress. All right, so when I was putting that thing back together, I did find this little clamp, and it kind of hard to see, but it went around here, kind of clamped that to, I guess, the firewall, the steering compound to the firewall, but it snapped off. So I'm gonna have to find out where to get one of these guys. Seems like a pretty simple thing, but let's see what I can find. Well, I know I haven't gotten everything completely done, but the one thing I noticed immediately was the steering is way more solid. Before, I mean, you could do like a quarter, at least a quarter of a turn before anything even actually moved. So it made it fun driving. But now, I mean, it's like I can barely move it, and there's already tension, and it's wanting to move. So that's pretty cool. I'm very excited. Cannot wait to drive it once I get the power steering installed. All right, so I just want to show you guys real quick. Again, this is what I need to put in the engine bay. I was thinking about maybe trying to move the overflow for the coolant and put it there. But I mean, this thing is pretty beefy once you kind of find a spot for it, and it might hit that fender. So I'm not really sure of any other places to put it. I guess you could put it on this side of the bumper because there's all kinds of room in there. This side's pretty full. It's got the battery, and the firewall's got everything on it. So for such a big truck and a big engine bay, there's not a lot of space for it. So I'll take any suggestions that you guys think. I thought about trying to squeeze it in there in the back of the headlights and maybe move the horn in there, or just flip flop it with that, with the overflow, put it over here where that horn is, and then put it here. But just not quite sure. So I'll take any suggestions you guys have.